Do I look and sound okay? Oh, you're live, aren't you?
I'm live. I've just gone live. See, Fox is here, but he's not really here. I
still getting
told him
water
I was
and
going live, and he went away.
I
But
know.
hello and welcome to everybody that's watching. We are live. It's Thursday night. It's back to Thursday because last week was Friday because of birthdays and stuff. So, but we're back to normal this week. And being back to normal, it's me, and Fox turned up like 10 seconds ago. So
Hello.
yeah. I don't need to introduce Fox. You know, Fox is the one with the hands.
I thought we had like 10 or 15 minutes yet still. I was just not even ready.
I don't know. I post these links up for the people that joined like half an hour ago, and all of a sudden, in the last 2 seconds, someone turns up.
I was doing things.
Right. Oh, it's gone to blooming Top Chat again. I hate Top Chat.
I shall let you pop the chat up because I haven't got space.
Top Cat's okay, but Top Chat's rubbish. I know Pascal was in. Well, I know. Like 5 hours ago, my wife was in the chat asking where Pascal was, and he wasn't there. But he's been working late, so he might not be here now. So he's been working, so he might not be home from work, or might have come home from work and gone to sleep or something. But yeah. So the three of us have been in there. Then Jono's here. So good morning. Not good morning. Good morning doesn't sound right. Good day.
Yeah, good day, bro.
There's not good morning. Good moaning.
He's not from London. Not from London.
No, morning's not an Australian term. I can't use that. It's just got to be day, isn't it?
Good day, bro.
It's good day. Yeah. Jamie's in saying hi, everyone. Gemma is in saying don't press any wrong buttons. There's only one button. It's a big red button just there. As long as I don't press that big red button until
it is possible to accidentally do it because Ted's done that before.
No, Ted can accidentally press buttons all over the place. Yeah. There's less buttons than there used to be. The toolbox thing over the corner is not there anymore because Hangouts is closing and going away and doing things. Once again, when I press the go live button, it pops up with another little message saying something about ending soon, but I didn't have time to read it because I wanted to go live.
It was like, are you sure? Yeah. The world is about to end.
Basically, yes. Google Hangouts on Air will be ending, I think, the 1st of August. So basically, there's only a couple of weeks left. Me and Fox have been playing around with alternatives to try and stop the interruption of service. There are a couple of viable alternatives, none of which are as good.
We kind of do lots of tests and end up completely disagreeing on which one we like.
Yeah, everything's got downsides. It all depends on which downsides you don't mind so much, I think. But we'll get there. There'll be something. I thought, when is the 1st? Has anyone worked out? Let's bring up my calendar.
I don't know when that is. Never mind.
It is Thursday the 11th today. So we've got the 18th, and then we'll have the 25th, which will be the evening with everyone. And then the Thursday after is, in fact, the 1st. So the evening with everyone this month might be the final evening with people because it seems that Google doesn't like people talking to people. I can talk myself and be broadcast perfectly okay, fine, no trouble at all, but it means none of the gang can turn up.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll get something.
Yeah, because none of the things we looked at were absolutely ideal, but better than a kick in the backside.
Yeah. The Fox's leading contender is Discord.
Yes, I'm quite liking Discord. But then I'm gonna I've got the wrong glasses. I can't see a damn thing. God, I'm an idiot. But then I don't tend to do streams where like other people join in. So, or when I do, it's people on a certain list.
Yeah, I mean, having one or two regular people join in for like the eModel stream, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah,
but when I've got a list of 20 people that potentially can join in any of these streams,
your solution
isn't really going to work like that. So I'm leaning towards using the Facebook Messenger video chat system.
Mm-hmm.
The downside to that is that you have to be on Facebook. The upside is that anyone can join a group, and I think anyone can join that group chat as long as I don't make it private or whatever. But it's all convoluted and having to join other things rather than just, here, click this link and come and join in the video.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that anymore. The advantage is that I've just started the Gross group on Facebook, which is open for anybody to join. If you join that, then somewhere in there'll be an option for a group chat, which can be selected for certain people to join. And I think that's going to work as like a hub, especially for the evening with everyone thing, in that I think people can join that and then join in.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know when you just realise you've just missed something that's right in front of your face?
No.
You know, like you're standing there saying, "Where are my glasses?" and they're on your head, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
I've just realised something. We're all here trying to figure out alternatives to Google Hangouts,
and
because there's going to be no Google Hangout on air. But there will be actually a Google Hangouts, just not Hangout on air. So we've never actually considered that we could just use a Google Hangouts and then stream it through OBS.
I'm thinking that the Google Hangout is dying as well.
No, they're getting replacements.
Oh,
they're replacing all those. It's just the Hangouts on air they're not replacing.
Oh, okay, so it shouldn't be a problem then.
Well, we don't know, because I don't know if the Google Hangouts will be enterprise, how you've got to pay for them or what. So, but I suddenly realised, hang on, why don't we just use it'd be a bit like using the Hangouts when you go to the website Hangouts. So
anyway, more testing is in order.
This is a lot of how the sausage is made, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, people need to know these things, because it's only a couple of weeks away from potentially me getting lots of messages saying it's Thursday. Where are you?
Yeah.
But yes, evening. Walter is also in. Pascal is here. He says, evening, have a nice stream. Still working, so won't be joining. Also, won't be here on Sunday because of a meeting for summer camp that I will attend in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Summer camp, you say?
So Pascal won't be here on Sunday either. So he could be in the chat already, probably.
He'll be here in spirit.
He won't be watching.
Yeah.
George is here. I will be in momentarily.
Hey, George.
On the way home, I saw KFC had a Cheetos chicken sandwich and need to taste it.
Yeah, I read about that. It's basically they're trying out this idea of how it's a chicken burger, basically. We call it over here, chicken sandwich with Cheetos in it. Oh, that's basically it's like having what Cheetos are like.
It's putting crisps in your sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah, but what's our equivalent Cheetos? It's the orange puff.
Yeah, it's the
what's it? Yeah, be like having going to KFC. You get your chicken burger, whatever it's called, with what's it's in it. Oh, I like the sound of that.
It's theoretically possible, isn't it? Yeah,
it is possible. They're doing it.
I know it's on camera. I'm quite shiny today. I need to make it. It's hot here. So yeah, my makeup woman didn't come along and touch me up.
Were you not fluffed?
I haven't been fluffed this evening. No. It's been a long time. No. John says, checking the flesh tones against your flesh, Fox.
Against my flesh.
Well,
my colours may not actually match reality. If I look at on screen compared to, well, they're not that far off actually. They're not that far off.
I think he's talking about you basically looking like you've been painting your hands.
Oh,
but you're cleaning his brushes basically.
Oh, cleaning my brushes, yeah. No, you can't use my flesh tones as a guide for anything because I'm half Scottish, half Irish, so I'm pallid and confused. Basically, is my colour tone.
Jono says, "G'day, George. Are Cheetos a type of chip over your way?" No, well, probably, but not a real chip.
They're basically cheesy what's-it.
Yeah, so
you can get them over here now.
It's a potato chip, but not a real chip.
Potato chip, bro.
It's like what we'd call a crisp, but you wouldn't. I don't know what you call it in Australia. Is it chips?
Crisps, I think.
Crisps. I don't know. When you get a potato and you cut it into slices, that's what we'd call crisps.
Well, think on. I just said think on, didn't I? How northern. Think on. The beached whale animation has the seagull asking the whale if he wants a chip. Do you want a chip, bro? So they must. So that's Kiwis call them chips. So I'm guessing Australians must call them chips as well.
We'll find out momentarily.
We'll find out.
John will tell us. Yeah. So if you get a potato and slice it and bake it or do whatever you do to it to make it into food, that's crisps. If you cut it into long, thin tubes, then that's chips.
I think what's it still count as crisps?
What's it chips? But yeah, they could be either, I suppose.
Yeah. I think you'd still call them crisps or /chips.
Colin's in the chat. I'll do, Colin. Welcome to join in. Shane's in. Hi, Colin. He doesn't say hello to everyone else. That's fine. Oh no, he's in earlier. I apologise, Shane. Shane was in earlier and saying hello to everybody. Well, to me.
I hate when I have like 4 plastic tubes and 6 brushes, and I can never remember which brush has which tube.
Are they all different sizes?
Yeah, but no, they're kind of all similar. And I'm like, oh fudge, I've got an artificer there. I don't want the cheap. Oh, bums.
Maybe you should color code them or paint.
Well, I do, but then I forget. See, they're all good brushes, but I'll just make. Oh, well, there we go. I've sorted it now. I've got the base.
As long as you're sorted, that's the important
thing. They're all good quality brushes that should have tubes, but I totally didn't.
We have an update from Jono. He says, yeah, crisps or chips are the same thing over here. And Kiwis also say bro. Aussies say mate. G'day, mate.
Hang on, but it doesn't say whether they call them chips or crisps.
Yeah, chips or crisps.
He said
they're the same thing over. So
they can say both.
Yeah, if you go out for a bag of chips, then you could come back with either, or possibly. I don't know.
Know what any of that means? Oh, I'm talking to myself.
We have a Collins arrived. Did you press the wrong button, or did you mean to?
No, I
no, I meant. How are you both? All right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh dear, is my camera froze again?
You've got a door open behind you. We can see the world behind Colin.
Oh no, it's scary, isn't it?
Wait, is the door open? I didn't even. There's things out there.
Things, yeah.
There's another
we're just going to be peering around now, looking, trying to see what we can see.
House.
Is that daylight as well? There's daylight over there. No.
Who knew the holodeck was that big?
We had the whole back end of the house knocked out, and it's all got super duper glass extensions and shenanigans. And,
you're still in the broom cupboard.
Fester has a sunroom.
Ooh. Is that where you warm up in the mornings?
It's so that I can sort of get out of brick walls and there's a sun out there, that orange thing.
Yeah, don't go near that. It's dangerous.
That's a myth. It's all lies.
Yeah. So anyway, how are we both? All right?
Moist, warm.
So, topic of the day then. Why are Google killing our fun?
I don't know, because they're hopeless. They bring out a million great products and then kill them all after a year.
Yeah, I mean, this is my window to the outside world. Cue the Simon Bates our-tune music. But it is, isn't it? You know, for a lot of us.
The Hangouts, they've been discontinuing for a long time, as long as I've been using it, basically. This thing, they're not working, but we're not going to bother fixing it.
Yeah, I mean, I've sort of got Skype and Discord set up in case of emergencies.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I wouldn't bother with Skype because Skype's just gash.
It's a bit pants, isn't it?
This Discord's actually fine.
It does that silly question when you're on the tubes and you want to do, I don't know, say like a live get together.
Yeah.
Can you run that through YouTube, Discord, or is it its own separate entity?
That's what Google Hangouts on Air used to do and doesn't do anymore. Or won't do anymore. No, basically what we'd have to do now, me and Chris are going to do it differently, but what I would do, for example, on a Monday night for the e-model stream, or if it's for more than one person, I would do it by getting the relevant people in Discord, invite them into the video call, and then I have to screen cap that into OBS. And
Streamlabs,
yeah. So basically, we're having to do everything that Google Hangouts on Air does automatically by pressing a button, which isn't the end of the world. It works fine. It doesn't actually work. It's all right. Yeah. The only problem with Discord is it doesn't automatically switch cameras. So whoever's running it has to manually switch cameras as people talk.
Oh, so you're like the hostess with the mostess.
Yeah, but it really does mean that people will have to not talk over each other.
Oh, that rolls me out.
Really weird.
That rolls Fester out.
Yeah, some of us struggle with those basic skills.
I mean, it's not too bad in any stream that's got Fox in it because he'd just be doing 99% of the talking anyway.
Yeah. And I just sit there nodding because I don't always hear what's been said.
And we don't understand what. And he goes off on one about Gunpla and things. Then
you're making Gunpla now. You can't deny it.
I don't know anything about it.
You even
That's
know
when he's talking witchcraft and tomfoolery, isn't it? Because it's like, he's talking about weird things we know nothing about.
Yeah, but you know, Chris isn't on that team anymore because Chris now knows what things like fin funnels are. So
I've got some. I haven't got them. They're in a box over there. But
no, as soon as someone can explain what a fin funnel is, they're no longer in that I don't know what you're talking about team.
Is it?
I can imagine it's some kind of vortex to draw air in. But
no, they're little things that fly off on their own. And
mate, I'm happy then because I've built one Gundam, so I know nothing.
Yep. Ironically, they're neither fins nor funnels.
And you're not.
Fins, sort of, maybe the little things that come out.
I don't know why they're called fin funnels.
Could be fins, maybe.
I don't even know why they're called funnels.
And you're not allowed to punish me by making me do a Gundam as an e-models build, Mr. Fox, because I know what you're like.
mega-sized Zaku, perhaps.
That's pure evil. You couldn't do that. Me, could you?
Colin, Jono's in the chat. He says, Studio Mike Man, Fester, can you do a Good morning, Vietnam?
Good morning, Vietnam.
I've never heard you go loud-ish before.
Me or him?
There's a little bit of Bob Hoskins going on there.
Yeah, a little bit creepy, isn't it?
Hello. I can't get to mine to do any like Radio 4 announcements.
George is still in chat. He says, "I regret my life choices." I think he's eaten all of his KFC.
So I could do Fox, couldn't I? Go, Bill. Something awesome.
Wait, when did I become a Londoner? Oh, darling.
I could just imagine you with the old hat on, like, God blimey, knees up, Mother Brown.
All right, mate, it's Fox from Model Mating Guru. All right.
Yeah, you were having a bubble, weren't you?
Having a laugh, ain't you? Boxes make the car look good. I'm going to empty my water out. Hang on a sec.
Don't drink it.
Jamie Bone wants me to say probing.
That's
Probing.
Well, you do it better than me, Colin. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I've got this image now of him recording all of this, and I'm going to be on YouTube later going, would you like to go probing my pink rings? Jamie knows what I mean.
I think it might be his new ringtone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm knackered now. I've got nothing to do. I'll just sit here and twiddle my thumbs.
I've still got the beard, by the way, Mr. Fox.
This is acceptable. Little grey strands going on there. We're liking it.
Yeah, it's getting longer.
I think even I've started to get a couple of grey strands here and there now.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I quite like my little tram lines, I must admit.
I know, it's good,
You wait till they blur into one big huge line.
I'm hoping they do, because I've been trying that on my head, Chris, but the grey don't.
Well, no, you have to grow it out a bit longer, and then you can comb it over.
Wait, what's a head, Chris? You said been trying it out on your head, Chris. What's a head, Chris?
It's like me, but sitting on the top.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in charge. I should be the head, Chris. Jamie says, I posted a picture in the Gross group. I shall be going to the group later on and having a look at the gallery. Not that there's a gallery, it's just looking at the pictures that people have put in the last week.
Coming up next on Radio 4, Women's Hour. After which you can talk.
I'll whisper in Fox.
Southerly, Hard, Doggerbank, Amorous and Flappy, 22.
Oh, mate, could you imagine it? I should get a job as a bingo caller.
3 and 7, 25.
Yeah.
2 fat ladies, 46. Slap it on.
2 fat ladies and the rest of the bingo hall.
Wave your bingo wings if you want to win.
Yeah, you got to be in it to win it.
Ladies, get your dobbers ready.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
In there like swimwear.
It's probably really disturbing for people watching that.
It's disturbing me, and I'm just,
I have learned a thing this week.
Oh, dear.
I can reveal a thing that I have learned.
Oh, dear. Wait a minute. Am I still going to be monetized afterwards?
No, yeah. No, you remember last week? I'm sure I told you something last week that I learned how to do, or that was brilliant. I forgot what it was now. I can't remember. This week, I have learned that if you're doing a Borderlands paint scheme, using the new contrast paints gives you really nice Borderlandsy style non-metallic metals, but without looking, they don't look like metals, but they look like kind of Borderlands grey.
Are they both the same paints?
No, that one is Space Wolves grey, and that one is Griff Charger grey.
Okay.
I can't show you because the figures are too small, but on a couple of little dudes, I painted the face masks. Instead of painting them metal, I painted them with one of these, just to give it a grey watercolory look, and it came out looking brilliantly like the bandits in Borderlands. It's that kind of Borderlands style. So if you wanted to somehow reproduce a Borderlands style using contrast paints, it's actually quite a good way to do it.
So the Borderlands thing is working, is it?
Well, it has it on some figures, but I've not done outlines on these guys because they're far too small. So yes, I've not tried that's on figures. I've not tried the contrast paints on the vehicle yet, so it might actually all go horribly wrong. So I don't know yet, but I was trying to reproduce that. It's not a non-metallic metals. It's just the way Borderlands show metals is all in shades of grey, basically. So it's like painting with watercolours.
But you haven't put any pictures up in the Gross group.
No. You don't need to show my stuff off on your stream. It's for other people to show their stuff off.
Yeah, but if there's only 2 other people showing stuff off, then...
I must admit, neither have I, mate.
Oh, well, there you go. See,
if you want something, I can if you want something to show. I've got to find something now.
Yeah, but my excuse is what I've got on my bench is I'm obliged to let the model retailer see first before the gross group, you know.
This is
you
true.
can
Yes.
let anybody. It's your build. You just happen to put in their name on it. Can I also point out? It's not in the gross group, but there is a fantastic photograph from Stein van Gemert in the Boom Hut, and it's the best photograph I've seen all day of his display cabinets.
Display cabinets. I don't remember seeing that one.
I don't really. I could paste it in the thing for you, Chris, but it's not my photograph to show. So
no.
But just if you're a member of the Boom Hut, when you finish watching this, go and have a look at Stein's photograph. It's 3 display cabinets, jam packed with Harrow. You'll see.
I shall have a look later. I normally keep up with stuff, but I missed it.
It is another old picture.
Mark Dale says it's his son's 12th birthday earlier this week, so he's thoroughly been enjoying helping him build an Orc battle tank jet thing.
Yes.
Orc Naught, and about to start the massive Stomper. Serious solvent glue abuse this week.
I didn't even know you could get an Orc battle tank.
I don't know if it's a. He says battle tank jet thing Gorkanaut.
Oh, yeah.
It might be just the one thing that I don't. It's like I don't know the names for things. You're making them up. It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Paul de Tomasso's in, as is Mickle Pickle and Swigging Pig, and Tom's in as well. And Colin's in. Wait a minute, Colin's in already. I knew Colin was in because he's here.
I pasted a picture in the gross gang for you, Chris.
I shall find it later. I'll go and look through that momentarily, and we'll see what's what.
If you're desperate for things to show off,
I am, because it's nice to show things off. Yes. So yeah, there we go. That's it. Battle truck. Mark Dale says battle truck. Is that one of them?
That's the one you've got.
I've got a battle wagon. Is it close to that?
That's huge.
Is it like that?
Yeah, I get all excited about one day building like a Bane blade, but that thing's half the size of that truck.
It's quite big because I've been doing this on the Sundays. I've got an orange one now, but and a red one, and a yellow one. So they're getting there. Sunday I shall be presenting a bit more painting on that. I think I've got to do the more sort of detail-y metal bits, like the dodgy armor that they've got plated over the top of their other armor stuff.
See, try your hand at painting some checkers.
Yeah, checkers is going to be maybe later sometime. Possibly.
I'm going to try and paint some check pattern on. This is the This is the missile launcher for the car that I'm painting, and I'm going to try and paint some checker pattern on the front because it's Borderlands theme, so I want it to be a Torg missile launcher.
Cool.
I'm going to see if I can paint some black and yellow checkers on the front of it.
If you missed Sunday's Warhamster stream, like they made me drill that hole in that barrel live on there.
And aren't you glad we did now that it looks super awesome? And it went, even though I would never ever do that again with a proper power drill because that's the worst thing you can ever do.
But it worked fine. It's all right.
Everybody watching was like,
It's fine. If you know what you're doing, it's right.
The rotation of the Earth changed through to so many clenched buttocks all in one.
No, it was all lovely. It was fine. I noticed George is here. He's finished eating.
Yeah.
Well,
so
George.
I wanted to show Jono real quick. This is what a Cheeto is. It's just a gnarled, crunchy.
Yeah, they're like what's-its that have been eaten already or something.
In fact, if you're a northerner, Chris, you'd know they look like knickknacks.
It's like a large knickknack, isn't it?
Yeah, like a large cheese. Oh, I want knickknacks now.
But yeah, so it's the crunchy version of the thing that they're talking about, because you can get Cheetos in that soft, what you're talking about, the puffy. What's it? These are the crunchy version though.
Wait, George,
that was the worst sandwich I've ever eaten. I'm just gonna put that on record there. I regret all my decisions.
But
it was terrible.
That's actually what you would call a good review.
Yeah.
Because trust me, when you eat something and you're like, I regret all my decisions, it normally means you enjoyed it. That's the thing you say after every kebab, basically.
No, so I have the little powder that you get at the bottom of the What's-Its bag.
Yep.
So they took it and they concentrated it into this orange sauce.
Oh.
And that's what's spread on top of the sandwich. And
Wait.
it is sour. It's like so cheesy it's sour. And salty it's sour.
So is it not actually Cheetos in the sandwich then? It's just essence of Cheeto.
Oh no, so they have that on the top of the chicken piece. Then the chicken piece, then crunchy Cheetos, then mayonnaise, and then bread.
Only in America. Only in America does such things happen.
Burger King did mac and Cheetos, which was fried mac and cheese with a Cheetos crust, and that was delicious. And then I think it was Taco Bell had a Cheetos burrito that had flaming hot Cheetos in it.
Oh.
That was also good, but this thing is disgusting.
Oh,
No, you wouldn't order it again.
do you remember? I think it was last week or on my stream or something where I was saying I had no access in real life. I had no access to burritos.
Yes.
That's why I never had burritos. To my amazement, I don't know how I hadn't noticed. There's a place that sells burrito right next door to my local Warhammer store.
Oh.
So I now have no excuse apart from that they don't deliver. I'm like, oh,
Well, yeah.
And blinders on when you go near it, and you just focused on the Warhammer.
yeah, that's probably why I've never. I was like, hang on, there's a burrito place right next door. Gosh
Yes.
darn it!
So next time you need an excuse to go to the Warhammer shop, just say you're going there to eat a burrito, so you can say you did. And since it was next door, you had to go in.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
going,
Mum, I'm
walk
just going
by.
to get a burrito.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
Do you
go
want
and
anything
fulfill my
from the
burrito
Warhammer
needs. I'm just going to get the chat up on my iPad, seeing as I've got nothing to actually be working on.
Phil Lewis says a Cheeto is a what's it that's been clenched within buttocks whilst watching Chris drill a barrel with a power drill.
Yeah, Chris, don't ever do that again.
That's an image now that I cannot undo.
What? What? Chris drilling a barrel with a Cheeto stuck between his butt.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
I wasn't clenching. I was quite happily drilling, and but it's just everybody else apparently.
John O.M. says, DJ George.
He says Cheetos are very light and puffy, something made into balls over here. I'll post a pic in Chris's group.
We've got some similar called footballs, I think, haven't we? Little round, puffy.
There's something, I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
So that's us in. Yes, unfortunately, I've actually got nothing I can be cracking on with while we're talking, so I'll just sit here and read the chat and clean my iPad. It's filthy.
Just don't press the buttons on the chat while you're cleaning it.
Yeah, I'll turn it off first. Get the IPA out. Little filthy, dirty thing it is.
Yeah, right. Well, while Fox is doing that, I shall have a look at the group if I can remember how to do the buttons. I'm sure they still let you do.
There we go.
They still let you share things. They do. They let you share things. So I shall share the gross group. If you weren't aware of this, this is a group that I made.
Is it
Hence
gross?
the name. What?
Is it gross?
It's lovely.
I'm just going to refresh. Hang on.
You can refresh all you like. I have gone back to the pictures section because it's the easy way of getting the pictures up. I think this turned it from Pascal at the end of last week's show.
Oh, Zaku. I mean, Psycho Zaku. Oh.
So it's big. It's needs plastic stuff to stop it up falling over. It's just huge. I think I need to go that way. Yeah, it's got different versions of it. I'm assuming it lights up because it's got some wire coming out of it.
It's the Master Grade Psycho Zaku. It's an insane kit.
It's just got a silly amount of guns on the back of it and stuff, isn't it?
It's a very, very good Master. One of the newest, well, not one of the newest, but it's quite a new Master Grade.
Right. This is Steve. This is the guy that scratch builds everything.
Oh yeah.
The spaceships and stuff from last week. Just to show I can finish a build, I tried to do a rust job on this very large bot made from stuff from Boundland.
It's giving me a Metal Mickey vibe. Also, I love the flashing. I love the beacon light.
I can see a lunchbox over here with these little clip down things. So that's obviously the same on the other side. This
is the best bit about Kit Bash build. You can try and identify things.
I can't. This is obviously some sort of tripod, something or other down here.
Yeah.
Because that's the same clip thing that I hold my camera on. There's one of them behind me.
Okay.
But I don't know about the rest of it. It's obviously some sort of bowl.
Yeah.
Plastic cups and stuff. But
right.
yeah, it's impressive.
I think some flower pots. That black thing at the bottom looks like a flower pot. Maybe the round thing.
John Ho says, Chris, what have you done differently this week? We can see everyone in the live chat. Yeah, I was going to ask if everything was working properly for you all because last week a couple of you weren't visible, were you?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything differently. They might have joined differently. It's probably their fault.
Yeah, somebody broke something.
We have Tom, who's in the chat. He says got a kit from Amazon. Came from Japan. I don't know what a Nova system is. Spoons that he's been testing paint job on, and he's doing polishing, Tamiya polishing compound. Course fine and finishing. So.
Yeah, the Nova system is a system of polishes. If anybody watched that tested video today where Norm and that guy that isn't Frank Ippolito were building a resin spaceman. I didn't watch it because I've got to the point where I can't watch Norm making models now. I just can't do it because it's 20 minutes of triggers. But the Nova system is a system of 3 polishes, like fine, medium, and coarse, that you can use to polish up clear parts and cars when you've done clear coats. So he's trying out the Tamiya system with the Tamiya polishes as an alternative. And did he say he's better than the Nova system?
I think it's better than the Nova system so far.
Yes.
Random spoons from the box, so the paint was pretty rough, but now he's got a very shiny red spoon.
Steve confirms, by the way, Cynical Mac Steve says that robot was bowls, lunch boxes, selfie sticks, and a mini screwdriver set, amongst other things. That's probably why you recognise that clamp then.
I did recognise that clamp because mine came from Poundland as well.
Poundland.
This is one that Dad did. This is one of the Funko Warhammer things, isn't it?
Yep. Dad's Funko Pop, because of course it is. It's red. You know it's Dad's.
Yeah, it's very, very, very red, and some green.
I like the fact that Dad's giving him nice, smart shoes.
And then scuff them up.
Yeah, he's giving him proper, like, going to work shoes.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I mean, this was the pop that comes unpainted, and you paint yourself and do what you like.
I've got mine. I need to sand off the seam lines a bit and try and take it apart.
The head comes off if you pull it hard enough.
Well, Simon Curry, or Kevin, our Lord and Savior Kevin, he took his apart. And he said it comes apart really easily, but he didn't actually tell me how. He sent me a picture of it being apart, but never told me how.
Yeah, well, Dad said the head came off if you pull it hard enough, but he couldn't get the arms off. So,
and well, I noticed that Dad pulled the head off, but the bottom of the head stayed on the thing. So, I have seen people put them in boiling water for like 2 or 3 minutes and then pull them apart because they're soft.
That might work, yeah.
But I think Simon just kind of popped his apart and pulled, because he pulled the arms and weapon off and stuff as well, which was kind of better. But we'll see.
Yeah,
looks good, doesn't it?
You should keep us updated.
We have to ask Dad though. Is there a name for his chapter, for his Space Marine chapter?
Oh, the Reds or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Liverpool FC.
This is Dennis. This is LD. He keeps putting up pictures of his annoying Sazabi that he's doing the same real grade one that I'm doing and making it look amazing.
Yeah, he's kind of putting everybody to shame, basically.
It's just not on, is it? I've been trying to find the ban button to get him out of the group, but
yeah, he has discovered though that it's actually 3 times the size of his little photo booth, which is for minis.
Yes, yeah. I've been giving him a picture of that later.
Yeah, I've been giving him some pointers on what I do when I do my pictures.
I've been getting to the stage now. I've just stripped it all down, my Sazabi. So I've got a naked frame sitting behind me, and a box full of bits over there. So I shall be painting at the weekend to attempt something looking like this. These are they're fins on the funnels.
Very good.
Because see stuff.
Yes, I did notice.
And they go in there. Look
at that.
He's changed them though, because these were red.
Yeah, he's done a little bit of a custom paint job on it, which looks fantastic.
I like the gold bit on the front.
He's been doing it. I've got the hiccups. He's been doing it for weeks. He's been spending so much time doing it. He's taking his time with it.
I like the gold bits he's done instead of the yellow. I might be completely stealing that from him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The yellow didn't do it for me, so.
I didn't realise actually it was the real grade one. I thought he was working on the master grade one, so even more.
No, this is annoyingly exactly the same as the one that I'm doing. So yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to do it at least that good, Chris.
Yeah, I've told him that it might not be.
Yeah, lots of airbrush.
I'm assuming that I've ordered the sheet, which apparently was delivered today, according to an email I got from them.
Is it a Bandai one?
I think it might be. I don't remember now. It was the one I could find. The one that someone linked to me and said this is a great one wouldn't ship to the UK, but I found another one, and it says it's for the 144 Zaku. So I don't know if these come with it or if they were different or if he's just put them on for from something else. But I'm sure that there aren't stickers for them in the pack. So
they look like generic warning decals. So he's either got a specific. I mean, if he's in the chat, he can tell us. He's either got a specific decal set for it, or they're just generic warning decals that like Bandai sets that you can buy 10 a penny and put them on. I've used them on loads of stuff. They're really handy, like generic caution markings and things, because they can really pad out.
This is the one that Alec's been doing. It's a little bit larger than many of the others.
Bit big.
Yeah, it's 135th, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one that's just the head?
The bust there.
Yeah, it's just the bust. It looks like a rooster. I want to get that one.
That's not a Sazabi bar.
No, but other people can build other things. This is Shane.
That looks big.
It's some sort of car, Jeep thing, but I don't know what it is.
It looks like it's got a transit van cockpit.
There we go.
There we go. It's a Unimog. Oh, that's awesome. I love the idea of it. That's going to be 1/16 scale, maybe 1/24. Does he say anywhere?
He's around in the chat. He'll probably tell us in a minute. It might say if I go into the actual post, but normally it says up there. But there we go. We'll find out.
Mint. I like that. I'd build one of those and weather it.
Yeah.
I think it's a Unimog, but I could be wrong. Has he got a shot of the front
on the top? It's got a boat on the top.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a Unimog.
Yeah.
Kick.
See, people in the chat know what they're doing. People in the stream know what they're talking about. I have no idea.
For some reason, when I was looking at many years ago, I was looking to buy a new car, and I always wanted to go. I always looked at scrappy old cars, and I really wanted a Unimog. I don't know why. I nearly bought a Russian Jeep, but I thankfully didn't.
Yeah, so that's lovely. That's nice. All the tools and stuff in there. That'd be. Oh.
I'm assuming that's a fire service truck.
It's got that sort of fire rescue or something. I would have thought with a boat, maybe
with the blue lights and the redness.
Nice bit of work that is. Because I think in his stash he's got the same Revell fire engine I've got.
Oh right, nice.
Schlingmann one as well.
Schlingmann.
This is my picture. I'll put this one up. I gave it away. This is the naked Zaku leg.
Bit of a naked gam there, isn't it?
All the armor.
Nice set of gams. Nice set of gams. Shane Young says it's the Hella 1/24th fire truck Unimog.
There we go.
Yeah.
And this is Jamie's Funko Pop. Work in progress. Ultramarine Intercessor, apparently.
Yes. Ultramarines, you can tell by the blue.
And there's Paul's in progress. Guess what it is? It says it's the Funko Pop thing.
Difficult though, it's not ultramarine colours, it's more Space Wolves colours. That
okay. Apparently he posted that a minute ago. He's not even in the chat. He's just taking it easy. He's not even. If he's in the chat, he's not actually talking. Should be in the camera talking.
Why is he not on here with us talking?
I'm assuming he's not. I haven't looked at the camera for a little while. He might be sitting quietly in the corner, but
no, we'd know.
We would know. Yes.
We feel
I don't know why I've got a picture of that. Oh, that's back to the beginning again. So that's all the pictures that we've had. Presented this week. You said you put one up.
My picture in the chat thing, not in the gross group. Like a spoon. Well, that's because I'm not in the gross group because I can't join as my page. That's why.
Oh yeah, because you can only join as you. Which,
oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
Never mind.
You put it in the chat. I can't get that out on camera.
No.
All right. So I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
So edge highlighting, right? So I know you definitely do it on the top bits, but are you supposed to do it like back here where the light would hit?
What?
Okay.
I don't know. Fox would be the one you want to talk to, but he's had to mute himself.
Sorry, I was being shouted at.
Hello, Mum.
I've got to keep an eye on the window because it's raining. It might rain in. So what we're talking about? Edge highlighting. I hate doing it. I can't do it very well. I suck at it.
But are you supposed to do it on every edge, even if maybe the light wouldn't actually get there?
Yep. Well, it depends if you want to do it realistically or the Games Workshop way. If you want to do it realistically, you don't do edge highlighting because that doesn't exist.
Right.
Games Workshop way is kind of every edge almost. I'm not a big fan of edge highlighting because I don't think it looks great, and I can't do it. So
yeah, it's very difficult. I'm learning.
I mean, if I would do edge highlighting if I was suggesting paint had worn away and a lighter color was exposed underneath, because like you get chipping around the edge of a panel, for example. So that's technically edge highlighting as well. But edge highlighting itself, I don't do it. However, that's going to be a problem, seeing as I'm trying to do a Borderlands paint scheme on your Sazabi.
Yeah,
edge highlighting. You're going to learn. Yeah, edge highlighting with black. I've not started on the vehicle yet. I've painted the figures and I'm like, yeah, I can't edge highlight them. They're far too small.
Paul is apparently in the chat, but he's not going to be on camera because he's got no shirt on, apparently.
Ew! He's
never on camera where you can see if he's wearing clothes or not anyway. So I'm not entirely certain what that's a good enough argument.
I'm just going to want to check my window and see if it's raining in. Hang on.
Yeah, normally we have a close-up view of his bench palette, don't we?
Yeah, that's what we normally look at. I don't know, unless he's cleaned that off and he's embarrassed or something. But
yeah, he might have cleaned the cutting mat.
It probably.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think that's likely to happen. Apparently, Shane's going to PM you tomorrow, Colin.
Oh, cheers, Shane. No worries, mate.
So yeah.
What did I miss?
Well, it's only been 40 minutes. What's happening? What's happening with everybody? You three that have turned up and come along and talk to me. How you been doing? What you been up to? What you've been building?
Well, I was in the hospital. So,
oh yeah, we heard about that. I hope everything's edging towards okay now.
Yeah, I think so. And then now I started work on my third Kill team member, which is I'm trying to make it a lot more pink than the last two because they came out a lot more purple. So this time I'm trying to layer and use edge highlighting. Not really sure what I'm doing, so we'll see what happens.
Join the rest of us.
That's what makes it fun.
If you're making them as a Kill team, do they not have to all be exactly the same colours? Can you get away with different variations?
Like these are the Terminators, so I figure their armor is a little bit older and like grosser. And this is just a Death Guard Marine, so...
All right, so they're all sort of individual people in the team sort of thing, so...
Yeah, that's just... I mean, I don't have my little medal right here. I moved it over there. But when I did the Kill Team tournament that I won, they were all plastic except for this one guy. So I don't think they don't care. Yeah.
Cool.
Not at my local Games Workshop.
When you were saying in the chat earlier on, by the way, George, earlier on about how you'd mixed up a certain shade of pink for that one guy to do your glazes. And
yeah.
Like, how am I going to mix that again? The trick to get around that is you paint all your guys at the same time.
Well,
that's the trick. If you're worried about having to be able to mix the color again.
I guess like what I'm trying to do just right now, because what I saw online is like, especially at the beginning, the painting skill level jumps pretty big for the first few as you learn more and more and more. And so I'm painting them as like a roadmap of like, okay, this is the first one. Here's its flaws. The second one, we tried something different. It's a little better. And then if I just painted them all at the same time, I probably wouldn't have that kind of really drastic.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. So, but that's me. Finally back to this. So, glad we spent. Oh, and then I put all my other things up on my like Loon Curse, and I got my little rainbow here, and I got all the browns and blacks and metals over here.
This is your secondary painting area, isn't it? It's not your primary base. This is just your secondary area.
Yeah, this one is so the secondary base is specifically for Warhammer, and then the primary base is specifically for Gundam.
That's your social modeling space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit. You know, we all hate you a little bit that you've got. This is my Warhammer modeling area, and this is my Gundam modeling area. And when I start doing tanks, I'm going to have a different house over that way that I'm going to put them in.
Yeah, we'll get the name. I mean, I still have a whole other room in my basement that I can use for tanks if we get there. So, it's my gaming.
That's where you put your gaming table. You need 6 foot by 4 foot. Then you can actually play your Warhammer there. You see.
Yeah. The main reason why I'm doing Warhammer is just so I can get out of the house and play with other people in real life. So I don't want to build a gaming table here because then I wouldn't leave the house.
Then you invite people in.
Yeah, you invite people in. They bring food and drinks with them, and that's free.
I would invite you guys in, but the most normal public, I have way too much stuff for them to be in here and realize how much stuff I have.
The commute's a bit of a tricky for us to
get. Taxi fare being an absolute bomb on that one. I'm not sure I can flag down a 747.
You could walk, but yeah.
Swim even.
I see Paul and Colin have been busy in chat getting to know each other.
Yeah.
So, Colin, you've been doing the e-model stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been doing that and having a bit of a play with 3D printing and sorting out the Raspberry Pi and that, and modernising my bench for some 3D streaming. So yeah,
cool. How are you getting on with the 3D printing?
All right, mate. Yeah, it's like anything. You get the new toy, don't you? And you want to print the world and everything, but. Yep. Everything I've done so far has had a use, so I'm happy with that.
That's important.
It's now looking at ways I can bring it into the hobby. So there are some bits that I'm designing at the moment to print for the cat build. So there's going to be some stuff on that. There's going to be some Warhammer style Dio stuff going in as well that I've got some STLs for. So yeah. So it's coming
Nice.
along. I'm about 3 episodes ahead of everyone on e-models at the moment in the can now. So
Cool.
I'm in a good place. I'm kind of binge building. So
When you first get a 3D printer, do you sit there and think, I never have to spend money on model kits ever again? And start planning how
yeah. Then you think, it's got its limitations.
yeah.
In theory, you can print kits on the sprue or as they are, but you'd be spending about 4 years cleaning them up.
Yeah.
I mean, there are uses for it. Don't get me wrong, where you can do what I would class as non-museum quality stuff. So that and you can put a bit of surfacer on it or smooth it out with some filler primer or whatever. But I don't think.
Can I interrupt for a very special factual point? By the way, just sorry to interrupt you there, Cole. When Chris was saying about us all being jealous of George because he's got all these extra rooms for different modelling areas, Gemma does say, Chris, you have a double room upstairs you use, and you could have another room.
Oh.
And then Team Inept says, I believe that's official confirmation that the spare bedroom can be fully converted to a fun dungeon.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Paul's got the wrong idea about that.
Yeah, I'm a bit going back to the earlier messages, Paul. I'm not sure what you mean by fun dungeon there.
Yeah. Gemma says if he flaming well emptied it and sorted it out, he could, yes.
Yeah, the trouble with emptying it is all the stuff that I empty out of it's got to go somewhere. So it's
it's a bit like when we empty sheds, isn't it? You empty it onto the lawn, and eventually everything that you've taken out goes back in.
Yeah, you just move the shed sideways.
It goes back in a slightly different order. But
I need that 2-inch bit of wood with 9 nails, 2 screws. On
it. You never know. You might.
Have you got a man drawer in your lounge that's full up with old mobile phones and broken watches, things like that?
We've got the drawer in the kitchen, which is obviously we're in a kitchen, but there's that drawer that's full of the net curtain hooks and rolls of sellotape and wires and fuses and screwdrivers and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like the DIY shelf in the kitchen because, of course, it's in the kitchen.
There's a drawer in the kitchen that might have bits of string and
that's the
utility drawer.
Batteries and
adds that distinct rattle of cross-threaded screws and nuts.
LD's here. You missed it. I've already shown off your Gundam, and we all said it was rubbish. So we were all very impressed with your work of your real grade Sazabi in there.
Yes,
we were asking about the details on your funnels. Were they stock for that, or did you just use them from something else?
What Chris is trying to say is it? Did you get the Bandai set for the 144th real grade Sazabi, or did you buy or did you get a third party sort of generic caution marking set?
That's what I said.
What he's asking.
Using words.
Yes, using the words.
Phil Lewis says that drawer always smells a bit funny too.
That's the sellotape. It goes off after a while, and you get that sellotapey smell.
It says cheers stock. So I might have some. Cool. I might use them for that. If I do, it's not because I'm copying you. It's just because that's how they came.
So it comes with stickers, doesn't it? As a real grade.
Stickers.
Awesome.
I don't got them to hand, but yes.
Cool. But it's nice they've got the water slide decals instead.
Yeah, it's the first time I bought aftermarket decals for a kit. So it'll be of interest to play around and look at it. I'm still thinking I'm planning on using a couple of the stickers because they're like the shiny metallic things in certain places.
Yeah, I mean, wow, hello, train wreck. I don't ever use the stickers apart from those stickers like you've got where there's, instead of having the marking with a clear bit round it, you get the little simple markings, little white and red caution things. You get the foil, they're called foil stickers, and it's the ones where you get the shiny stuff, and the edge of the print actually prints beyond the edge of the sticker. So when you pull it off the sheet, there's no clear bit. And I use those for things like eyes and camera lenses. I use those on Gunpla because if you try and paint the eyes on a Gundam, it'll look all right. But if you just use the foil sticker, stick it on there, and then give it a gloss coat, it'll look super reflective because they're super, super reflective. And you won't be able to paint it as reflective as that if you're not lighting it.
There's things like the green one on the top of the spiky thing.
That's the camera, yeah. Is that a foil sticker like a shiny metallic one?
I think so.
Yeah, I use those. I always use those for camera lenses and stuff. They're the only ones I do. The only stickers I actually use.
No, I've got the stickers from the other one.
They're the foil stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the other SD one. I'm not.
Well, they're the foil stickers. It's basically anything on that silver foil background. They're actually really good for things like camera and lenses and eyes and stuff. I use those.
Talking about apparently I've not got to take stuff to the tip, just down to the garage at the end of the garden, which basically is the tip. It's the RG water slide set third party. Yeah, that's what we
okay. Yeah.
I knew it was separate water slides you got for it. I've got some, but I don't know if they're. I assume they're third party. I don't know. I don't think I've kept the order confirmation thing, so I can't look it up very easily. But
probably will be. The frustrating thing with Bandai is that they like the only Gunpla that come with water slides for the most part are the Verka, the Ver-KA or the Verka-Toki. Sorry, what was the way Lincoln writes it? It's version KA now, isn't it? It's version KA. You're supposed to say it. We all say Verka, but it's supposed to be version KA. The only ones that normally come with water slide decals are the version KA kits, with the one exception of the Master Grade Full Armor Unicorn Gundam Verka, which had no water slides, which is really annoying. I don't know why. And bizarrely, it's those. So the version KA Master Grade and the mega size 6 parts in your built kits, which are designed for small children, come with water slides. I don't know why, but they come with water slides. Whereas perfect grades have stickers. So they do water slides equivalents. You can get them from Bandai, but they're often really hard to get. They're often out of print, and they only do a few hundred different sets for a few hundred different mobile suits. They don't do one for every single kit. So
yeah, I don't know why they do that. It's very strange.
It's originally because they were built as just fun to build and play with, and stickers and more like.
Yeah, but I mean that's what the high grade basic kits are. The high grade and the real grade are the 144 ones, aren't they?
Yeah, Master Grade 100.
So I can understand the basic one being basic stickers, just slap it together and do it and that. But if you're making a higher quality kit with more, articulation, more quality, more parts, then it just seems strange that they just say, "Oh, well, we just use the same stickers." There you go.
Well, I mean, a lot of the Master Grade people that build the Master Grade still build them, just snap them together and put the stickers on. They don't actually paint them, and they don't do water slides. So they are aiming them at the non-hobbyist. But it's kind of frustrating nowadays that you get the Star Wars kits and they have water slides and stickers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. Is that Star Wars ones come with both, and they're made by the same people. Just do it on all of it.
Yeah, but they're aiming them at the non-Japanese market, really, aren't they? So they're aiming them at the proper model making market. It's just frustrating. I really wish they would just do water slides. Nobody likes stickers.
I'll say for convenience, they're great. You just, if you're not worrying about things, but Osric's in. Good evening, everyone, he says. Shane's telling Colin to get a bigger shed.
Yeah, it was a 20-foot one I had, but I took that down for the extension because the pool table was going to go in there.
Yeah, I read your comment there that said it was 20 foot, but now a smaller version needed. I just read it as pool.
Yeah,
I didn't read it as pool table. I thought you had a pool in there.
Yeah,
very bourgeois.
Oh yes.
I had to get rid of my shed because the pool was just too big.
Yeah. See, now you've got the conservatory there, Colin. That's big enough now to get your Warhammer gaming table set up. You know what I mean?
Well, I can always get a cover to go on the pool table, like a laminate that just clips on there. You can have a pool.
As long as it's at least 6x4, you're sweet, mate.
Is that official?
That actually sounds like a plan, mate.
Yeah.
You're convinced that I'm going
to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, if I get woken up by the sound of a man sawing wood and the sound of hammering, it's like, damn, he meant he was going to build that table then.
Yeah, I'm just doing some terrain objects for you. Just dry brushing. Don't worry about it.
Well, if it's any consolation, Vincent is setting up a thing on Discord where they're going to be teaching Festa gaming, like Steam and Dungeons and Dragons and things of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He set himself a challenge of getting me into all kinds of gaming now. So
yeah. He likes to teach.
Yeah, old dogs and new tricks sprung to mind, but
D's left a picture of the sheet as it was before I ate them. He said,
"Oh,
you ate what?"
He's left a picture of his decal sheet before he used them all.
Used, yeah, but I didn't understand the 8 bit.
He ate them. He nibbled into them and nibbled it.
Is that how you're meant to do water slides now? Is it?
Yeah, you put them in your mouth.
It says add water. It doesn't say what sort of water.
Yeah, add face water.
Yeah.
I shall have a look now because I think someone else put some pictures up. Oh no, Fox didn't put the picture up. Did he? Put it somewhere else.
I put it in the chat. Yes.
Let's just have a quick look and see. We have that there. That's me. That's that. There it is. Oh yeah, he's eaten some of them. I shall share once more.
How can you be in the Gross Grand group but not in the other chat?
In what?
How can you say you can't get into the chat thing, but you can get into the Gross
I
group?
can get into the chat thing, but I don't want to put the chat thing up here because people might be saying things that I shouldn't.
Well,
want
yeah,
to
I was thinking maybe I didn't literally show the chat.
Click the button. Where's the button?
Put them on with your tongue, says Earl D.
Button's disappeared. Oh, there it is. Share. There we go. Here
Now,
they are.
Rats being third-party decals, are these special ones with all the real bad spelling?
Yeah.
Or are they
they've gotten better over time.
Yeah, are they good quality ones?
Apparently, I can't make it bigger. I can break it.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, you broken Facebook. Well done. There you go.
What's that?
Stop pressing things.
You've got Ted's red button there, haven't you, mate?
No,
Yeah.
I've got a blue button now. Yeah, so it's got gold bits on it. And yeah, I don't know.
Let's have a look. Does it say they're DL decals? DL decals are really good. DL decals and high Q decals, high Q parts decals are actually really good.
Okay.
Anybody else's can be really, really bad. To the point where you get like spelling mistakes and just nonsense words written in the markings. You're like, really?
Oh, you're going to make me check to see what I've ordered now.
But if they're DL decals, they're quite good. They're really good.
You keep talking amongst yourselves. So I'll just.
Yeah, but they're talking.
I bet they're DL. They're pretty popular at this point.
Yeah, DL decals. Yeah. The thing is, they've become popular since Samuel Decals stopped doing decals.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is that my local hobby town actually sells DL decals.
Oh, just I hate Americans that have access to all this stuff that we don't have. God damn it, man.
It was really nice because I needed some decals for my MG Freedom. And then I walked in and all of a sudden they were there. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, and then now they have resin stuff, which is pretty neat also.
So you guys can just walk into a store and there are Gunpla on the shelves. It's beyond comprehension to us.
Yeah, apparently the one I ordered is that, which looks the same to me.
It's DL decal. That is.
Yeah, it's DL decals. You'll be all right with that. They can be a bit brittle, so just go easy on them when you put them on. But when if they do break, they tend to do a nice clean break, so you can push them back together again if they split in half and stuff. So just be gentle getting them off the sheet onto the model and moving them around.
I'm always gentle. You've seen me drill stuff and gently and stuff.
Wouldn't giving them a coat of plastic oak clear sealer help prevent the break-in, perhaps?
I don't know. It'd have to break the seal. You have to. How would that then get off the? I'm not even using words. How would that then get the decal to come off the paper?
Yeah, that's what I use when I do my custom decals. You just go around the edge of it with a knife.
Talking of plastic out, I received today through the post a thing I had ordered that somebody mentioned in the boom button. I forgot. I didn't know what it was. I got one of these things.
Oh, right. Yeah, the can spray thing.
Yeah, I got one. And wow, it's brilliant. I have to say, though, I bet there's a million people that buy these. I'm trying to reach a can. A million people that buy one of these things and then panic because it doesn't fit.
You have to take the nozzle off, I think.
No, you just have to kind of move my iPad out of the way. If
I want you to see you spray your iPad accidentally. That would be funny.
Yeah, my one tilts and clicks over the nozzle.
It doesn't, though. You have to kind of... You can't just glom it on. It doesn't slide on perfectly. You have to kind of do it on an angle, and it has to be straight. And you have to
don't make your fingers blow up.
Oh,
no, but you have to kind of do it at a funny angle.
Yeah, my one just goes on the front, and you just click it down.
No, it doesn't. You can't do that. It doesn't actually. You kind of have to.
One.
I'll do it off camera because I can see what I'm doing.
If it explodes, it's not my fault.
It does go on. Oh, it's not. Except it's not. Hang on. That went wrong. Do you know?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Previously, on.
I broke my can now. I think I did that wrong. Never mind. It's not brilliant. I have to say they're not brilliant. it's really hard to get the damn thing on.
Also, does it just not go over the top?
No, it just
I bet it does.
thing off now for some
It looks
reason.
like it does. I reckon it goes straight down from the top.
It doesn't. You have to kind of. It's not very flexible. You have to really wrangle it on to get it on there. When it's on, it's on.
Go on.
It doesn't go over the top.
It does. Push harder.
It doesn't. You've got the same problem. It's actually not as wide.
But it's flat. Go in further.
I've tried it. Trust me.
Yeah.
You have to kind of do. It does go on. You have to do it from the front at a funny angle. Anyway, it does work. They are really good. It's just it's not supposed to break the can like that, but never mind.
At least it didn't explode.
It snapped my nozzle off. It was a mostly empty can anyway. But yes, it's quite handy for spraying rattle cans. It's a lot less hassle on the fingers if you can get the thing on.
I bet there's a button that just unclips it and it comes apart really easy.
No, it's actually a really tight grip. You kind of have to do it at a funny angle. It's hard to explain how to get it on, but it does go on. It's just a lot of people will get it and think it doesn't fit, because I did for about a minute. I'm like, doesn't fit on any cans. Snap. Oh, it went on. Okay. Like a really awkward fit. So if anybody gets one, really handy though. I was using it earlier on. Apart from when it pings the nozzle off your can.
Yeah.
Which is a bit rubbish.
I shall put the
Hello. Yeah, dry fell off.
I'll put the gross group link in the chat. I probably haven't put in the proper HTTP thing, so it's probably not a link, but you know where to find it. It's that. Find that. Join us. Put your things. If you're in the Boom Hut already, then it'll also approve you into my group, because anyone that's in the Boom Hut is welcome.
I don't know how you set that up. Chris Collins vanished.
I can see him a little bit. Look, there he is.
He's back. As if by magic.
You've appeared.
See, he's gone again. Look.
Oh, he's not. He's still there. You can see him. Can you see him? I can see him. Yes. So come along, join the group, and then you can share your pictures of your stuff, and I'll show it next week. And you know, be more things to talk about, because it fills another 10 minutes of the chat. So it's all good. Other than that, you've been doing Sazabi this week, have you, Fox?
I have been putting the Sazabi together slowly but surely. I'm filming the buildy bits, and it's taking a bit longer, so I'm not done. I've done both arms, the torso, and the head so far. But before I go ahead, because I'm going to be doing a Borderlands paint scheme, theoretically, before I go ahead and actually do that in anger on the 85 quid worth of Sazabi, that's been built for George, I thought I'd do a test run of the paint scheme. So for the last few days, I've been trying to paint up, or starting to paint up, the Achilles Ridge Runner, the little Games Workshop vehicle that looks a bit like a Bandit Technical from Borderlands. So I'm giving it a Borderlands paint scheme. So I've got all the little, where's my little dudes? There's a dude somewhere.
It's one sticking in your blue tack.
So I've got some of the basic colours down. I've not done any of the proper weathering or anything yet. There's no contrast shades on there or anything. I've not done any contrast on the grey bits. It's just the basic colours down so far. Like the yellow. I've done the pre-shading or post-shading on the yellow with dry brushing. I've got all the basic flat colours down. Next thing I need to do is go over these greys with the contrast paints to get the sort of slightly metallic-y look. Do some weathering, and then it's the terrifying time of trying to do the outlining. I didn't do outlining on the figures because they're too small, but I'm going to try doing outlining on the actual vehicle. That's the true test. See if I can do this Borderlands scheme. If I can't, then it's all complete waste of time, and I won't do it on the Sazabi. But I've got myself some ink. I'm going to do it with India ink for the black outlining, so we shall see how it goes.
It's a learning experience. It's never a waste of time. It's time worth learning. And
I mean, I know the ink will be brilliant for doing it. I know exactly how I would do all the cross hatching and outline because I used to draw comics. I used to do that kind of thing when I was younger, so I used to draw with pen and ink and things like that. So it's more a case of
popped in and popped back out again. So
it's more a case of, can I do it on a small model with a brush in 3 dimensions? Because when you do it on paper, if I'm working on a drawing, it's something this big, it's easy. On something that big, not going to be that easy.
Yeah.
Because India ink is so opaque. If I go wrong, I'm going to have a lot of tidying up to do to cover it with paint. So we shall see. We shall see. If it all goes to pot, I just won't use that idea.
And we won't mention it ever again.
Yeah. Well, no, I might do it on some bigger things. Like if I get some, bigger, like big figures and things like that, I can try it on those. Smaller scale models that are bigger, I can do it on those. But anything...
Sazabi, I might as well show you one of me. This is the naked Sazabi.
Yes.
He hasn't got a head because although he's got a slight little bit of inner frame for the head, it's attached through armor pieces. So I've got them separate for painting in armor. But I'm happy with the inner frame. It's lovely. They're all articulated, and even toes are articulated, things like that. So that's been sitting there. And next on the shelf of things to do is getting it painted up. So I'll be doing that one in metallics. Even the bits that you can't see, because you got, we'll know it's there.
Are you doing a fixed pose? Are you going to glue it into a pose?
I'm doing a sort of fixed pose, but I don't think I'm going to glue it fixed because I'm still concerned about needing a little bit of movement to get the armor pieces on. I'll see how it goes.
I was going to say if you were doing a fixed pose, that's the trick: is get it in the pose you want with the armor on, and then just make sure you can take the armor on and off again. And if you can, take the armor off and glue the arms and things into the positions, and then you set them. I when I did the strike mauve, I nearly forgot to do that. I nearly glued a leg in a position where I couldn't get the armor, and thankfully I caught myself at the last minute.
Yeah, well, I've spent the day taking the armor off basically, and there's footage of me taking the armor off, and you won't like it. You'll be tense and thinking he's going to snap bits and stuff. So
yeah, that's right. I've been
there. Enjoy watching that.
I've been there myself. I have to say though, and I do have to say, I know you like your 144 scale models and stuff, but that's basically what you've got there. It's a real grade 144. It's basically one of the older master grades. It's about the same size and about the same level of complexity as one of the older master grades.
Were they meant to be like 100 scale or something?
Yeah.
Or...
But that is such a big mobile suit that in 144 scale, it's about the same size as a 100 scale.
That is also a 144.
Yeah, if that, in 100 scale, that will be about the same size as that Sazabi. So now you've built one of them, you've got no excuse not to build lots of master grades, you see, because they're
about the fact that they're different and
they're about that big, and they're about that complicated.
It's not about the size; it's about the theme.
There you go, then. So lots more master grades in your future, I predict.
Yeah, I've got other stuff. I've got piles of stuff to build and stuff. I've got more Warhammer down there and things in there. I've got that mouse to finish off, like the big tank.
Mouse trap.
I've got to paint that. Rats and stuff and things. So yeah, I'm not in danger of running out of content anytime soon.
Many things.
Yeah, so we're where are we on? 9:10 coming up. So yeah, another 20 minutes and then it will be evening time. So anything else to talk about? Oh, we've got a Wild Vincent up here. That'll give us something to talk about.
Hello, evening everyone.
Hello, Vince.
We'll give Vincent a minute or two to sort himself out and make sure his camera's working and things like that because he plays around with stuff like that. But yeah, was there anything else of note happened during the week you want to talk about or mention to anybody? Or
Chaos Knights are now available.
Who's that? Are they big?
Like the Warhammers Chaos Knights. I've seen one. I was in my local store when they turned up, and Chris, the manager, he was unboxing it, and he was like, "Let's have a look inside." So we opened it up, and it's like, "Oh yes, very nice." Chaos Imperial Knights, 3 sprues. Very nice.
You've done a knight, haven't you? Was that?
Yeah, I did an Imperial Knight, but this is the Chaos Imperial Knight, so it's all covered in like spiky things and bits of rust and lumps and corrosion and corruption. Very nice.
I don't know what any of that. I know what rust and corrosion is, but I don't. Can you not just do that to a normal knight, or is it?
Well, you can do, but these are designed with special bits that look different.
Okay.
Yes. George will buy 6 in about a week, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like a little Sazabi bag. There you
go. If the Chaos Knights can run with the Death Guard, then I'm all on it. But
they'll be Chaos Alliance, so yeah, absolutely. But I was reading some of the fluff, and it's fascinating the depth they go to. In an Imperial Knight, the idea is that the pilot of the Imperial Knight is like a noble, and he dedicates his life to it. It's all venerated technology, so it's all like looked after, and they can be hundreds or thousands of years old. And the thing that the pilot sits in is called the Throne Mechanicum, That's the cockpit basically, and it stores memories. The Imperial Knight stores a memory of every pilot it's ever had, their personality and what they were like, so that when the pilot joins with the Imperial Knight on the Throne Mechanicum, he takes on all the knowledge and experience of all the previous pilots. So when they turn to Chaos, the pilot is trapped inside. It becomes possessed by demons, and then that takes over the Throne Mechanicum. And as each pilot comes along, he gets more and more insane. So every time somebody becomes an unwilling pilot of a Chaos Knight, he's then bombarded with all the personalities of all the poor souls that are before him, piloting this Imperial Knight against their will. It's like, and all the bad things they've done. It's like, oh, it's so dark, so grim dark. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll bother any of that. No. Right, Vincent, you've had time to settle in, so I'll click on you now. You've got lots of stuff on your bench there. I can see bits of an Enterprise, I think.
Have you actually got a bench under there? Is it just a big pile of...
Yeah, no, there's a bench under here, but...
Where do you actually do the work? You read about all the tools of your trade, but nowhere to actually do the trade.
But, no, I've been busy with the shoulder bits on Unicorn, so I can get basically all of the upper body done. Which is a bit time-consuming, you know, especially because I'm trying this with lacquers, and I'll probably not try it again, not with really, really hot lacquers that are aimed at scale cars rather than other models.
Are you not using like Mr. Hobby lacquers or something?
No, I'm using Zero paints. I'm using the hottest out there.
Oh yeah, but they are just automotive paints.
Which is, yeah, they're basically just, automotive paints with scaled down metallic.
They tweak them and fiddle with them, don't they, to make them scale appropriate. The stuff is very, very good. I hear tell.
They are really good. The color on this is beautiful with the really fine, you know, shine of the metallic bits coming through. It's really good looking, but the problem is being that hot. What it does, it actually makes nub marks show again. So the way it works, you snip off your nub, right? And then you a little nub, you sand that flat. It's perfectly smooth. But then what it does is when you spray them on, the lacquers itself is so hot that it actually eats in a bit, because it's basically, you know, the same hotness as Tamiya extra thin.
Yeah.
What I do, and actually I can show you.
Even with the primer on top, you mean?
Yeah, even with the primer. I've tried it. I've tried it with Alclad primers. I've tried it with Mr. Surfacer thin down with MLT, and I've tried it with UMP. Well, one shot. I use one shot bottles, but yeah, I've even tried it with Stylorez basically, and all of them. It just after the first coat shows a bit of it, like your first mist coat. Then you then you let that cure for like an hour or so. So you know all the hotness has gone basically. And then as soon as you put on your first proper medium wet coat, bam.
Are you sure it's not just because it's a glossy paint? Is it matte paint or gloss paint?
All these paints basically apply gloss and apply matte and then become gloss the moment you put your first gloss coat on it.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if it was just because it was a gloss paint, that's why it was showing the nubs.
Oh, I'll actually show you what I mean. Like you might be able to.
Probably won't come out on camera, but
probably hard because if you stand a couple of feet away, like right here, there's one.
Oh yeah, weird.
So yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that's basically because where you've sanded that nub away and cut away that nub, you've basically exposed the inner plastic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the density of the plastic will be different around the nub when you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
at the end of the day, I can't actually say I've ever come across anybody that's had an enjoyable experience making a unicorn. There's always something that causes stress. Is that the master grade armor or just the regular master grade?
It's the regular master grade, and I don't mind using it for a high risk experiment like this because I think I paid it out. I bought it out of someone's stash for €20.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah, it's like a quarter of the price. I'm like, yeah, I'll try. This is my paint mule now.
Yeah, there was a joke going in my Discord about the Nubicorn. Because I think I was losing the will to live getting all the nubs off my master grade full armor. And then other people were building it and it was like, oh, I've been painting it and I've got it finished. There's a nub and So there's the curse.
Even with the normal one, there's certain parts where there's 4 or 5 gates connecting this really tiny part, and it's like you think you've sanded away all of them because you get that part like 4 duplicates of it that you need to use in different places, and you think I've sanded all 4 of these parts. I've sanded basically all 20 or 30 nubs in total. I've sanded them away, and then there's that one part where a little sliver of a nub remains, and you're like,
The thing is, the white plastic is the best plastic to denub because it's so forgiving. But you get bits where, because you'll get the nub and you'll trim it and you'll sand it and it'll just vanish, and you'll be like, oh, that's beautiful. Because it's so forgiving, that white plastic, because the plastic's white, the stress marks are white, you can't see anything. But then you often get the bit where you sand it, but unbeknownst to you, get a little bit of a little ripple like that because you've not got it quite flat, but you can't out until you paint it, and you're like, oh, there's a little bit of a But I actually enjoy denubbing the white plastic because it's so forgiving, buttery smooth.
True. I did discover that while trying this, that the ABS band I uses for clear plastic will take a coat of GX Clear thin wood MLT, no problem. Like literally no problem, and it shows up beautifully glossy because I had to do it for the head part because the way it assembles, you don't really get the chance to gloss everything before assembly. And I think I also forgot a decal, so I had to gloss that one in. And it's a really, really nice deep gloss that you get with the ABS Clear.
Yeah, so what you mean clear colors over the clear, or
just the clear gloss over the pinkish clear parts you get with Unicorn?
Oh yeah, that's not ABS. That is, or is it ABS?
It is ABS on Unicorn. It is ABS. I was surprised at that as well. I was really surprised. I was like, is that clear ABS? And yeah, every pink part on Unicorn. I'm gonna double check now because
I would have thought it would be not acrylic, but something else.
I think it's plastic.
Plastic.
Your A and your B screw, which are your 2 clear screws.
Hang on, let me lock it on you because
I can find them out. So I'll do the locking. There you go.
This is A screw, right, with the clear parts with the shield and stuff like that.
Oh, you've got ABS.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. You could get clear ABS.
Almost half the runners on Unicorn are ABS, even where you would expect a polycap, it's ABS.
Yeah, some of the newer things don't have polycaps at all. They have just polystyrene polycap equivalents.
I think I think I understand that point because so many people just go for that enamel wash and go for those Mr. Color lacquers, which it makes sense to use ABS rather than polycaps, which are susceptible to so many things.
Yeah, I think a lot of it as well is the polycaps degrade, but often the ABS.
Yeah, over time.
Helps avoid like weapon droop.
Yeah, and they start cracking like rubber with age, don't they? After a few years.
Yeah, well, the Shizabi that I'm making, the master grade version Kotoki. I can't remember if it's. I think it's version KA. I suppose. Anyway, so the one I'm making right now is the more modern one that has the polystyrene frame with polycaps. The original OVA release was the ABS frame with polycaps, and they've changed some things around, but the frame in the one I'm doing is a little bit heavier because it's polystyrene, but it's also got a lot more grip in some of the joints. And one of the big downsides of the ABS is when you get a hand and you get the wrist joint can be like floppy as anything and doesn't hold the weight of the weapon.
Are you still awake, Colin?
Yeah, I'm clouding over, mate.
Just checking because I'm sort of drifting away myself a little bit.
I've not really had that problem, but then again, I'm not really paying attention to is there primer within the joints as well. So I'm guessing that just tightens everything up.
Build everything fixed post. Fixes all your problems. Anyway, let's move off from Gunpla because the guys are. It is your show, Chris. You can shepherd us away if you tell us to shut up.
I don't. Yeah.
I've not just been doing Gunpla, thankfully, so I can talk about stuff. I'll get the big bird. I've basically primed the bottom half and
that's quite big.
Half of this, yeah. Because basically, I need to put the gear in, and the way the gear comes out and forward, you can't access the areas that aren't white afterward.
What is it?
It's the front. Wait. It's a B1 bomber.
Okay.
Right, I'll actually click that part in. That's
and
hard to get it on camera.
That's huge.
Did you realise you could actually make that into an actual flying vehicle and then actually do spying with it? In today's climate, you could make that into an actual spy drone. It's big enough.
Right.
Don't give him ideas.
Yeah, what I use, because obviously, priming it, even when you're using something like Alclad or Mr. Surfacer lacquer primers, it's still, multiple cups of color that you're spraying through it, and you do get clogs even with lacquers. So I thought I'd try out this stuff.
Okay.
AK's new, and it's basically automotive lacquer primer. Just
any rattle can primer is lacquer primer.
Yeah, but the advantage of this stuff is it's only €7.50. It's about as expensive as what you would get in the hardware store.
Yeah, it's just how durable it is. Is it sandable? Is it durable? That kind of
yeah,
thing.
it's really nice stuff. And compared to like Mr. Hobby, which is those silly little cans, and they cost twice as much. It's like, I'm gonna take the risk and try this AK stuff.
Well, people said to me, "Do you ever use Mr. Hobby clear the varnishes and stuff?" I'm like, no, because you get like 5 milliliters that will do a leg. And frankly, that's there's as much in one of those cans as when I've got a little bit left in one of my Humbrol cans. So
I've used the Mr. Top Coat matte. The stuff that a lot of gunplay builders use.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very good. It just comes in little farty cans.
Yeah, it does, but I use it for Yamato. Because Yamato is quite unwieldy to handle in an airbrush booth. So I ended up, and it was lovely for that, but I afterwards was like, shit, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For just that one fiddly little can.
I mean, I don't use. I was using those Lucky varnishes. I'm no good at airbrush varnishing. I've still not found a good matte airbrush varnish. The Lucky varnishes are fantastic to airbrush. They're easy. They look great. They're just not durable. They are a lot. They are a display model only final last step varnish. As in, you're going to varnish it and then put it on the shelf and never touch it again. They're fine. But if you're going to be if you're halfway through building it and you're varnishing something and got more assembly to do, it's going to come off. They're not that durable.
No,
that's varnish I've been able to airbrush successfully, and they're not very durable. It's like
I've completely switched over when it comes to varnishing to either the GX line, because you get nice spots for what it costs, and it's thinnable with MLT, so you can put it on really wet and it'll just self-level.
I don't know what GX or MLT is. Oh, Mr. Leveling Thinner. I got you.
Yeah, and GX is the new line from Mr. Hobby. Let me get a bottle. I've got it here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're about the same, and you get like a special version which is more resistant to UV and stuff like that, and they're all about the same price. And since if you thin it with MLT, you're thinning it like 50-50, so that one little pot becomes 2 pots.
Yeah, the downside is I don't know if my Neo can do lacquers, and I can't spray lacquers indoors. So
they're actually not that hot. If you put on your paint booth, you wouldn't it wouldn't linger. It's not a lingering smell, that one.
Well, I may try them. Anyway, everybody else is falling asleep.
Osric has a question. He says, does anywhere in the UK stock Flyhawk kits? I've never heard of them.
I'm not familiar with that brand, to be honest.
I have, and I think it's only Veteranos that doesn't. I know Veteranos has had some stuff on their Facebook auction site that were Flyhawk kits, and if someone can get it, it's them, because they specialize in the rarer kits.
Is there a kit you're after, Osric, or is it just you like the brand? Or
the only place I can find, much as I hate to go again. Yes, just do a quick Google search for Flyhawk UK. I've just found 2 different places that sell them. I was just seeing if my sponsors sell them, but they don't, unfortunately.
Well, it's not your channel anyway. You can use others.
No, I know.
They won't notice.
Yeah,
there's a place called Starling Models. There's Hannants sell them, apparently. Hannants is a well-known .co.uk is a well-known model supplier.
All right. Apparently, he's after 1/700 ships.
Let's have a look, shall we?
We have Fox Google.
We have HMS Kelly, HMS Galatea, Yeah, just do a Google search for Flyhawk UK. I've got Starling Models, starling-models.co.uk, and also Hanants, Hanants.
I've heard of that one.
Hanants is well known. They've got loads of them. Let's have a look. Yeah, just do a quick Google search for Flyhawk. You'll find quite a few.
So yes, they do.
Yes. Google is your friend at all times.
We're in our final 5 minutes of the show tonight, so last orders, as it were. As I said before, join the group. The links, it's in the description and everything. You'll find it. Put your pictures up for next week. Did I say next week was the last normal one? Or next week is the last one with the gang, and then the week after will be the evening with everyone, and then we'll see what happens after that.
After that, it's just the Ragnarok time, isn't it?
It might just be me.
Yeah.
An evening with me. Nobody will watch that. That'd be great. Join the Gross group from Facebook. It's in the link everywhere. You'll find it. I have a new Facebook. Not Facebook. I have a Facebook page, but that's been going for a while. I have an internet presence now. I'm on the internet. I'm on the magical interwebs. If you look at grossmodels.uk, you'll find me. There'll be links to all the stuff. The links to the pages in there as well. So. I was going to say someone's put in a link there, but it's Fox put in starlingmodels.co.uk.
I think I'm doing it from memory now. So.
Your one-stop shop for all your. No, they're not. They're different.
I think I'm doing it from memory. So.
So if they're not there, there'll be something a bit like that. But just Google it yourself and find it.
Can I just make a little comment by that? I mean, I'm picking up my new glasses on Sunday, and I was quite amused when I went into my local opticians. They had these keyboards, and I said, "Oh, you've got the same keyboard as me." He went, "What, the Apple one?" I went, "How much did you pay for it?" He went, "It was about £200." I went, "I paid £15 for mine, and it works as well." Don't buy the actual Apple keyboard.
And you can see it. Well, you don't need glasses then. You're all right.
Well, I do. Yeah. Pick up my new Mozzers on Sunday.
Sadly enough, the age where, as a PC builder, when it came to hardware bits for your, building your computer, you used to have a big advantage over people who built Apple, because when they had to replace something, it's like, oh, it cost me $1,000. But nowadays, thanks to the bloody Bitcoin miners, if you want a decent graphics card, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. If you want a new CPU that is worth anything, it's costing you an arm and a leg.
Well, that's what I mean. You've got a friend that makes things and can get them fairly cheap. So,
yeah.
Sorry, did I talk over George? I do apologise, dude.
Oh no, I was just saying the new AMD, the Ryzen Zen 2s are actually pretty good based on all the reviews. If you need to.
I build full Asus systems always, so that kind of limits me going, because I find Asus just works better with an Intel core.
Well then, okay.
I use your computer to know stuff, but I don't know.
It's a personal preference, I suppose. I just build Asus motherboard graphics. I just build the entire Asus kit, and then get my Intel core for it and be done with it.
Jono has an odd question for Colin. Paul Di Tommaso says, "Take care, guys. See you all later."
Good night, Paul.
See you later, Mike.
Jono has a strange question for Colin. He says, "Colin, do you have an old ribbon mic?"
Do I have an old
ribbon mic?
No.
I don't know what that's about.
No, this is a newer NW 1500, I think. Yeah.
But it's styled like a ribbon mic, yeah.
Yeah, I just have it on a book.
Is that a brand of mic? I thought it was a cable.
Yeah. You're not a bendy blankety blank one then, no?
No.
Right. So, yes, that's pretty much the end of the night. Thank you all for joining me. It's Thursday today, isn't it? So, a couple of days off. Then it will be Warhammer Sunday for Fox at 3:00, I think. Yep.
3 p.m. BST on my time.
That's the UK afternoon time. And then 8:00 me with hamsters. Look, you can't see any.
Hamster
time.
I think I've decided, by the way, Chris, I'm gonna my hamsters, because I got all the same heads off Spid. I think I'm actually gonna get around to building a squad of Space Marines with my hamster heads on, but I won't paint them as Ultramarines, so I'm not taking I won't be copying yours. We're going to have a squad of them and they'll have different coloured faces.
And then when you go and play, you should just slip them in and see if anyone notices.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm going to get my hamster busters out. Have the dancing hamster theme as their theme tune. I can't sing it properly because I'll get you struck.
Someone ring Simon Cowell.
That's Sunday. Monday is back to E-Models. We're back this week. We had a week off, but now we're back on Monday.
Chris, you totally didn't pimp your own Warhammer stuff.
I did. I said I was going to be here at 8 o'clock.
You kind of gave me a big lead up and then just briefly mentioned your own stuff.
Sunday, but then
pimp yours more.
After mine's me. Then later, 8 o'clock. Everyone knows anyway.
Yeah.
I'd like to finish off by spieling the week to come. So that was Monday. E-Models back again.
Don't forget on Monday we're doing a giveaway. So if you've not put a comment on last week's video,
there's still time.
Yep, you still got a few days to put a comment on because we're giving away some kit or other. I can't remember what.
There was something that you had to say and stuff.
Oh, it was the totally not camouflaged plane with the bright blue color scheme. Because you should really paint your jet fighters with an urban camo colour scheme, which makes complete sense.
That was it. And of course, on E-Models Monday, it's Fox's turn for what's in store.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Watch him squirm.
Fudge.
I feel some internet issues coming on there, mate. Might be due to Google pulling out.
I've got a bone in my leg. I can't.
He didn't do his last turn, did he? He made me read it.
He didn't. And then when he did come back, it was mysteriously someone else's go.
Oh, yeah, I done mine.
I think he should do a double whammy, mate.
No. Because I did do mine. I just couldn't present it.
Yeah, he did come up with the links. But yeah,
look at him squirm.
I squirmed for no man.
So Sunday Warhamster, Monday E-Models, and then next Thursday is me and any of these retro rates that want to come along and join again. And then we'll see how it goes from there. So have a pleasant evening, everybody. Hope you're not too warm, or even morning time if you're in other parts of the world. That's that. Grave of Monsters is here. Hello. Can I speak to a manager? I'd like a refund. I was told Gross would be braiding his beard and doing the can. I'm disappointed. I can't.
You put Paul in charge. You're advertising again, Chris.
It's not long enough to braid at all, and I can't do braiding anyway. So no. Colin's sorting out your refund. So there you go.
Can I just leave everybody with a horrifying thought? By the way, that this week I think it was me and Ted. I think Ted might have been involved. Actually saw Chris with glasses on.
Oh,
yeah, I did dig out my glasses at one point.
Yep.
After the stream,
it was a thing that happened.
I won't be doing it again. Don't worry about it.
It happens to us all, Chris, mate. It happens to us all.
No, I wear contact lenses. I've been wearing contact lenses more than half my life, so
I
not been able to see. But
I had to stop in the end because my eyes dried right up. So
let's just say, if anybody's familiar with the Sabrina Online comic, RC, that's kind of what the glasses look like. Nobody will get that reference.
Radio controlled.
No, but RC Raccoon, yep, it's exactly what he looked like.
The old Japanese snipers, are they the big ones?
They're most impressive.
Right. Anyway, so that's that. I shall disappear and go off into the ether until Sunday. Thank you all. Thank you, Colin, George, Fox, and Vincent.
Cheers, peeps. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your company.
Thanks.
we do a good taking turns.
Awkward tumbleweed and crickets moment.
I'm going to press the button and finish the broadcast now. So thanks all for coming along, and we'll see you soon for more streamage as it happens.
Adios, amigos.
Good night all.
See you later.